Heads you win, tails you don't lose. What if you could have an investment that was linked to the stock market? When the stock market went up, your investment went up. But when the stock market went down, you never lost your principal or any of your earnings. Fixed index annuities are the best of both worlds. They combine safety and security with stock market-like returns. Fixed index annuities go up with the stock market, but they do not go down. Your return each year is based on the increase in the stock market. If the stock market goes down, you do not lose your money. Your original principal is protected, plus you're guaranteed a minimum return. Index annuities have no fees. There's no annual fee, no maintenance fees, no management fees, and no mortality charges or fees. The index annuities link returns to the S&P 500 index, which is widely regarded as the most accurate benchmark for overall stock market performance. The power behind fixed index annuities is twofold: annual reset and annual lock-in. To demonstrate how index annuities work, we're going to use a hypothetical over a 5-year period starting off with $100,000. The first scenario will show you what you would have done if you were directly involved in the market. So first year, the market falls 20%. So if you were directly in the market and had $100,000, you'd now have $80,000. Year 2, market goes up 12.5%. You're at $90,000. Year 3, market goes up another 11%. So you're back to even. You're back to $100,000. Year 4, a great year, 15% return. You get $115,000. And year 5, market falls off a little bit, goes down 5%. So you're now at $109,250 or a 9.25% return. Use an index annuity example at that $100,000 mark. First year, when the market went down 20%, and as we stated earlier, you can't lose your principal nor your locked-in earnings. So that first year, you still have $100,000. But here's the amazing part, is you get to reset where the market left. So that means that the next year, when the market's up 12.5%, it's all gain for you. So you're now at $112,500. The next year, up another 11%. You're at $124,875. Next year, a great year, 15% return. You're at $143,606. And the last year, year 5, again, another down year, which means you have a flat year. So it's $143,606. And that next year, you actually get to reset at that point. But that shows a total return of 43.61%. That's an amazing return, especially knowing that your assets and your principal and your earnings are all guaranteed to never. So it's 100% safety. Most people think, wow, this sounds too good to be true. How does this insurance company actually make money? And they do that in one of 3 ways: participation rate, cap, and spread. A participation rate company says that the percentage of the market increase that will be credited to your account. So for example, if they have an 80% participation rate and the market goes up 10%, you get 8%, insurance company gets 2%. Market goes up 20%, you get 16%, insurance company gets 4%. Next kind is the cap, which it limits how much you can be credited to your account in any one year. There's cap companies may say, okay, we'll cap you at 10%. You get 100% participation up to that 10%. But anything over that, the insurance company keeps. So if the market returned 8%, you get all 8%. The market returned 10%, you get all 10%. If the market returns 15%, you're capped at 10%, and the insurance company keeps the rest. There's also a new type of company out there that is a monthly cap, and that allows it works the same way, but it caps you the upside in any given month. The last way is a spread, and that's the amount that will be deducted from your gains in any one year. The spread says, okay, I'll give you 100% participation rate, no cap, but I want the first 2 or 3% of the market forms. If the market has a down year, you can never go negative, so the insurance company doesn't make money either. So spread, say we have 2% spread. If the market goes up 10%, they get 2, you get 8. Market only goes up 2%, they get all the 2, and you get 0. But if the market goes 20%, they still get only 2 because they got the first 2, and you get the rest, or the 18%. So given that scenario earlier, A mutual fund or someone directly participating in the market would have had the 9.25% return. The index annuity with 100% participation rate, no cap, and no spread is at 43.61%. Now, I'm sure you like that one, but as we stated earlier, an insurance company has to make money some way. The first way, we'll say showing an 80% participation rate, no cap and no spread. You'll see in any of the given up years, you made 80% of gain. So in years 2, you make 80% of that 12.5, and year 3, 11%, 80% of that 11%, and so on, with a total return of 34.04%. If we use a cap company, we say we have 100% participation, 12% cap and no spread. In year 2, you get 12%. Insurance company keeps 0.5%. Year 3, because it didn't hit the cap, you get all 11%. Year 4, you get 12%. Insurance company keeps 3%. And any of the down years, like years 1 and years 5, it's a flat return. All of the effects. 39.24% return. Lastly is the spread company. And what the insurance company says that they'll keep the first 3%. Anything after that is yours. So in year 2, kept the first 3, you got 9.5. Year 3, they kept the first 3, you kept 8. Year 4, they kept the first 3, you kept 12, and so on, with a 32.45% return. Now, it didn't really matter which products you end up being in, and people often ask which products to be in, and it all depends on the market and what the market's doing, but all 3 of them with 0% risk will outperform being directly in the market. There's also another option. So when your fixed interest bucket, each year you get to choose any or all percentage of your deposit can go in the fixed bucket or the index bucket. So say, for example, 2000, you saw that the market was going straight down. You have the opportunity to put a percentage of your funds or maybe all of your funds into the fixed bucket. And that gives like a 1 year CD rate type of return. But you get to choose every year. Would you have been willing to give up 30% of your upside gain to guarantee no downside loss? If 100% of the gain, it's 100% of the risk. But if you had 70% of the gain, it's 0 risk. Index annuities summary. They're safe. They're stock market-like returns with no market risk. They're guaranteed interest. You have a fixed bucket every year you get to choose. They're liquid. You do have access to your money. They have a low minimum, somewhere between $2,000 and $5,000, depending on the company. They're tax deferred. They avoid probate. They provide an income for life if you choose. No fees. There's also potential bonuses to offset any surrender charges. Transfer any fixed or variable annuity into an index annuity. And they're great for qualified money, such as IRAs and 401k rollovers. Index annuities are ideal for your safe portion of your portfolio. Index annuities work great for 401k and IRA rollovers. So if you're looking for a way to get higher than average return with no risk, index annuities just might be right for you.